Your group of people we Ghana. Oh my imagine say, no matter what you be, they will find a way to create an impression. Say BBS we Ghana, BBNC. Can you believe you say you're a BB? Still, Mahama is governing with 60 ministers. Do you know that? 60 ministers. And today, you say between 60 ministers are govern Ghana. We never knew. MPP for we are Monam Ghana, Jimmy Omoye, Monto Abamaye, no. Omu the nipa saying ministers saying and they govern Ghana. Omu we omuja eka saying a toho. Omu we Ghana no, diena omu jamaya, ibetu wakasa na eya dia esombo. These people are more power. Sika saying omu diye, yeda hon chase omu for our money. But interestingly enough, 60 ministers near Ghana. 60. And I think say right now no. There's something in Ghana, Anna, and it's a refi. We are getting too comfortable. Ama suddenly you refi problems. I see a refi the ekufuad moye because of the good governance we are enjoying. Now people are not too angry, and when I say too angry, at a point in our lives as a people were angry about nothing. You know why? Because they were so angry about so many things. They didn't even know at a point. We didn't even know why we were angry. Ekufuad and MP before my yebufu ya to the point. Usha Ghana niya ni bofu, but ubusana umwade kwa amadi bofu because everything about time ani ani Ekufuado teno, it was horrible. It was basically like a nightmare. The trauma, our businessmen, parents, and kwarakro muwo school. It was only under Ekufuado ne bawo miya Kennedy Japan Brandy Champon. And you who say senior high school kids to me fresh shows because dabi. We are not going to allow this to happen to us. Even though we are going to be exiting and some people are going to come to the senior high school, we will vote against MPP for. That is the first time a TV bisa. Young people as young as 17, 18, they were screaming and getting angry. You know why? Because the government was a stupid government and the MPP is a governmental. And as our party, they are not people who are ready to help. We have forgotten suddenly that John Mahama is governing with only 60 ministers. You never know. Along the way, the 60 might even drop to maybe 50. You don't know. When things get better, you never know. One day, you'll be with the president and say, you know something? Now the numbers look good. Now our figures when it comes to international market look good. Our debt repayment is looking good. Now we are looking at our international reserves is looking good. Our GDP, now you know what? We need to drop the ministerial appointment. You ain't dropping from 50, 60. It can drop. That is governance. But you see, I keep telling Ghana for say, Jandam is dangerous. And your group of people be Omayamon say, no matter what this government does, at the papa biya or beye biano, omo pese omu gu abine ni masi. And sometimes, I don't go for because Kevin, dear or time I can't reduce nibi. No, mentire. It is always good to establish radio stations, TV stations by Ghanaians. But I can tell you on authority, the kind of people or these Akan radio stations, they don't come there to work as professionals. They come there with a motive. Majority of Omoamote Akan radio so Ghana titru asantefono. They are not there as professional journalists. They are not there as professional journalists. 90% of them are there because of their affiliation to MPP and their tribal way of thinking. When they get the opportunity to speak on radio, and I said they get the opportunity to be radio presenters, and obviously most of them are not even qualified to be sitting on radio in the first place. But Sebio, Yejiminti, Yetumima Obia Kotana TV, so radio, so you're so a journalist. These people, when they wake up and they look at the issues in front of them, they don't look at it with a neutral eye and say, you know something, my job here is to let the people know the truth, irrespective of the party I like. And what they do is when they wake up in the morning, they say, how can I make my party superior and my tribe superior? Because you see, they be an focus say, I don't know Kevin Taylor there, beka MPP asema, say Asantefo. I don't hate Asantefo. Some group of people sitting on our radio, so majority ni Asantefo. And majority a deliberate to try and make Ghana look like, say, someone support MPP, you are not intelligent. We will need to find a way to destroy you. That's what I don't like. And there are so many of them on radio, so we expect them to know better. We expect them to be at least neutral in their deliberation, neutral in the way they look at issues. Because when I sit here and I speak on Asama Esi Ghana, Obia Osham Ghana biya one idea about the matter. Obia Wabroche biya idea. There are millions of people watching me. The kind of qualification of what minibi. I cannot sit here and make it look like say it can never be possible. What I can do here is to let the person who is smarter than me in whatever understand the same, respecting intelligence, and that I am trying to make a point that at the end of the day sounds intelligent. But Osha Sanko for we are. Omo idea be say some betina TV, some betina radio so a obia ye kwasia. Yankwa na ye tekasa. It does not work like that. And this issue happened on Peace FM. You see, Abranti, my friend Nana Yaw Kesse, and the deliberate attempt to lie, to malign the NDC, to make people are omutie the show not to think say, I say MPP NDC for ni yankwasiya for, omu yo mambo for. I say NDC for no, omu tiny pa. I say NDC for no, adentina, ya sante for ya can for radio. Adentina was say ya can be, Emma, ya can no krenoma obie the difference between MPP and NDC. So what's na radio so? Na say, from some training. You are not supposed to be master of everything. You want some trouble for their expert in law. You are some trouble for their expert in environmental science and environmental reporting. You are expert that they strictly report on agricultural issues. Your journalists are almost reporting on political issues. But your general understanding of journalism, and that general understanding is especially say Obetina Akunyum as a social political host of a show. You have to at least have about 80% idea of all current affairs or current events. Say about 80% there you need to know. And then we are different from Sebio Mami Otiokrasi. And then we are different from Sebio, ya Mami Bia, ya Nana Bia, ya Uncle Bia, ya Wuni Pebia Sebio, Bebia Otino, Omonya Quenya if you said, dear not what to miss Yanko Duno, Omun to miss Yanko Druho. And then I would do a yasia, Yama Akunyaba Akosatinaso, if you say, who the patrimonio, oh dear, Sebio, un samna, utmitia sie ye, a church muchre. Your position as a journalist, when you sit, is supposed to be a professional position whereby, oh man, nipe bi ngini se nipe bi yankwasiafo. The moment I bet na TV so and radio so, na wadwini no, omo mutie oni bi so omo jimi no, you become the problem and you have to become the enemy. Now, mommy, go to Peace FM. I brand your friend Nana Yaw Kesse. And these are the kind of people our maternal radio so che. Oh, Kesse the names see am Kesse Kesse tia penyini. Oh, Kesse the names see say I wait your maternal radio so che. But you see, abro enen kwasiade omde radio ne ye no. Sa radio omde say mine, omde say nipa no. Say yankasem na yantu entosukoko an kire san kwasiafo yi bi say ya. Yet one no masakofo another kufu ado abedi so abese Ghana. These are the foolish people who did yodium. MPP was body patu na say Jimmy for we atiti radio so Peace FM. No mutete na omu defend the chrono. They were defending people being murdered. They were defending bad economy. They were defending arrogance. They were defending corruption to the highest point. All in the name say, yeah, the Atia Santikasa, inti say, obi a uneni, obi a nkrani, obi a kroboni, obi a buruni, obi a dienia, or so timime diena no tiasie. So antime mekasa na kwasia. That is the mentality. San kwasia for wait na TV suni radio so. That is the mentality they have. Now, young tie, sa brantie wait na radio so. Na opeso create impression be say, NDC are buying bo mutimu po. Say, Omubeyi, Madam Tokonu, as a journalist, actually with Jimmy. Because it is so easy for you. There were so many documents that came out from the committee report, from the beginning, the petitioning, all the way through to in the presidency, the Peace Council of State Members, a commission, because there was a process. It's where Jimmy Kurana Unima Kenka Wodumu Bono. we kura senior de betina radio so a uni certification papa bia no we Jimmy kura no ma obi nkinkan na enkyerechire mu nkyerɛw. But so when it da ho na we wadwene say oh me pese me go NDC anim ase me pese me go John Mahama anim ase me pese me ya na amanfo bi fa oban no ho tan a na wakoye kwasea into obi hia obi no de bibi bowa or de akoma sew ene de bibia bowa if you say uti radio so na wudi atro. And these are some of the things we are trying to prevent. Now sa papa we friend Yaw Kesse Nana Yaw Kesse Jimmy nkwa o wemu Jimmy and omodi akaka no modi 50 o ebi kroma bro omutu mu nyina fudwene Jimmy de omodi radio ni yene se omakoyi ase omne nkofo yere makoda eno ano no ene ehia wa ha ene we yame ofa we de nam nim we kurase ne ekogya no ena omun said ni anything anything professional be ometumi dia church nsemu idea ni nyina ne say yete kwame despite radio so ye asantefo ye nsai aban no ya de papa kura ye nsai no mom yanko tie kwase we and these people I don't spare them because omo Jimmy. Listen to this idiot.
Ebia no obeje abazi mame mi sa wasem ba ko na fe menko doc so se house mame a wasum Ghana se temuafo every high court akọ court of appeal e da ko wie supreme court ewremu aba beye temuafo pani ene ye yinadi enti pen kra no oman ne mani bi o kofie nsansa na ebesi ne yentime nkyere se bone kra maame ne ye eni bone poti we no ye enti o kofie nsansa en hawo Yaw Kesse. Yes sir. Shall I say coffee ye man pin at least on the bonnet ye man pin nti mami we do church I also say but Charlotte said the one so mine difference woman say train difference woman say Charlotte say no bisa akwala akra onim de ye oh ye dey okay Charlotte say the call do ko ball na be de akire na on wo ye adwuma ne say omo abo adeto mu kro no procurement breaches o mai bi ena omo no so di bi ba pie so say ne wabo midua de ne ma pa akire say wo na wo de asem no call ye no won so abokoro no ba ku mienu miensa enan nti ho na Charlotte say asem ne sha asem on say wonya dagie atwetwem na wo na Yaw Kesse uti ane no madam tokunu asem de wo de wunnim bone a wo ye wo de wunnim kra me ma wo ba Charlotte de what to bu atwetwem because the former suspended chief justice de need de wunnim kra me catch us say the can na kaye a bicycle a chase on the na ejuma no o ko ye busafo ejuma in the nashel sa ejuma ben who be sami Charlotte say de na ye de men you see obenyeje kumti wo and my team they are boosting the sound. I'll play it again. When we are na oye enya oya ya wo NDC ni enya oya se maami a wasom Ghana madam tokonu ende ye yi na onfa bibia nkofie enya moya ena papa ne se na madam tokonu no chen Charlotte say ana ena papa ne busa se na Charlotte say ena maami we asem no why are you making it look like say obi etan tokonu na omana kofie oh Charlotte say they say him de oye ena papa ne busa se na inti maami we unim na maami we ye o say ne de onim kwasea we a host morning show. These are people anopanom kutakrata say ono be church Ghana and say muachro. Also penye jakum to wa because that is how they communicate. That is how they do. They destroy people. They destroy governments. Charlotte said in a CB 8 years to 9 years rokai. But talk on what some see no. Na kwasi penye what radio say or your morning show host. E dey na wosua. A deliberate. Neni da ho. Omo person create impression be say NDC for na alpha tokonu ho tan but this fool Jimmy way kwame despite no ni hu de oni fa ne sika yenta na osore na enkwasiade na odi ne sika ye Jimmy way ti wo the process atokonu fe mu a ye nyina ye ti wo a ye kenkan ye ye bedu the end of the process no o se on kai bi onim the reason ti atokonu ye pamo no na me Jimmy kura no na anopa makoso peace FM se metie enkwasiafo we and the reason why we install these people ana montiase o de omo ya na mistake o e deliberate I know sometimes no me come be chira Ghana for say I am to kwasiam baby Kevin Taylor there odidi atap na we Jimmy ana mama ho achew we Jimmy
Yeah. So we are Jimmy Fua. We are Jimmy Fua. I don't need to use the nice words at you because you don't feed me and I don't feed you. But so when Jimmy, I need to let you know. So what Jimmy? And to me, when you tell me, I can tell you Tama and come in coat and come in skin because at the end of the day, I don't crawl to you to give me food. But what I can tell you, so what Jimmy, dear, I will not spare you. I'll let you know. So what Jimmy? I dare you know, and Jimmy. How can this be journalism? How on earth do you call this journalism? Where on earth? Eya den na wotsena ho e create impression bi say Tokonu obi sorry anopa say ye no agibibie afri nisem. Tokonu had the opportunity to work and take all her benefit with her. And odi MPP for we echi. Odi afenyo makimu echi. She had every opportunity to take every benefit. Na eya the benefit odi beko fie. But Mamin, because of her greed, she was thinking she will embarrass the president, embarrass the government, and make everybody look like a fool. No? And then her ending was her. So why are you people not looking at the facts? Most of them better radio swa. Jimmy sa wemo. They don't know anything. They have not been to any school. They don't have any ethics when it comes to this job. Kwame that's right. Now when you kwasi sike bi no who Jimmy ni bi ose kwatena radios na me dua oka. Yes. Kwame that's why they kwasi sike bi na ohun de onfanye. Onim how to invest the money into a talker area or some who crossing back over radio. So how can this benefit the nation? How is this going to benefit the nation? Unless you are a fool, you don't sit there and make it look like say, why are you even sitting there as a morning host? What makes you a morning host? What makes you a journalist? As soon as see 8 years they wakai, 9 years no kai. Now yen documents ya kin kan ye ansana Tokonu ye yin free office no there won kai. Na nipa fun we abetena ho ye udi na tema is we di atam udi kwasi ampanyi we atama we di atam. These are people who are deliberately destroying this nation. Are you deliberate? Anything ameno me nyomo a me mfa nchomo omwe Jimmy. Listen to it again.
Ebia no obeji abazi ma me misa wasem ba ko na fe me nko docs so se how say mame a wasum Ghana se temuafo every high court akọ court of appeal ede akọ wie Supreme Court ewuremu aba beye temuafo pani ene ye yinadi enti pen kra no oman ne mane bi okofie nsansa na ebesi ne yentime nkyere se bone kra maame ne ye yen eni bone poti we no ye ye enti okofie nsansa no enhaw
Yaw Kesse.
Yes sir.
Shall say coffee ye man pin.
At least on the bonnet,
ye money pin. Nti mami we do chest I also say.
But Charlotte said
the one to mine.
Difference woman say. Train. Difference woman say. Charlotte said no bisa kwala kra onim de ye.
Oh yeah dey.
Okay. Charlotte said the call do ko ball na be de akire na one ye adwuma ne say. Omo abo adeto mu kro no. Procurement breaches o mai bi. And omo no so di bi ba pie so say ne wabo midua de ne ma pa akire say. Wo na wo de asem no call ye no. Won so abokoro no ba ku mienu miensa enan nti ho na Charlotte say asem ne sha asem
on say wonya dagie atwetwem na wo na Yaw Kesse uti ane no madam Tokonu asem de wo de wunnim bone a wo ye wo de wunnim kra
me ma wo ba
Charlotte de what to bu atwetwem
because
the former suspended chief justice de ni de wunnim kra ni ka cho say sika na ka ye a bicycle a cheso ni ye na adwuma no o ko ye busafo adwuma in a nutshell.
Ejuma ben
who be sami Charlotte said the end na e men you see ebia no obeji
abazi ma me misa wasem ba ko na fe me nko docs
so
say how say mame a wasum Ghana setimuafo every high court akọ court of appeal ede akọ wie Supreme Court ewuremu aba beye temuafo pani ene ye yinadi enti pen kra no oman ne mane bi okofie nsansa na ebesi ne yentime nkyere se bone kra maame ne ye yen eni bone poti we no ye ye enti okofie nsansa no enhaw.
Yaw Kesse.
Yes sir.
Shall say coffee ye man pin.
At least on the bone
ye man pin. Nti mami we do chest I also say.
But Charlotte said the
one to mine.
Difference woman say. Train. Difference woman say. Charlotte say no bisa akwala akra onim de yi ne.
Oh yeah dey.
Okay. Charlotte say the call do ko ball na be de akire na ono ye adwuma ne say. Omo abo adeto mu kro no. Procurement breaches o mai bi. And omo no so di bi ba pie so say ne wabo midua de ne ma pa akire say. Wo na wo de asem no call ye no. Wo so abokoro no ba aku mienu miensa enan. Nti ho na Charlotte say asem ne sha asem.
On say wonya daje atwetwem. Na wo na Yaw Kesse uti ane no. Madam Tokunu asem de wo de wunnim bone a wo ye. Onu de wunnim kra.
Me ma wo
Bachelor de what to bu atwetwem
because
the former suspended chief justice de nige de wunnim kra. Ni ka cho say sika na kaye abansika cheso ni ye na adwuma no. Odukoye busafo adwuma in a nutshell.
Sa adwuma ben.
Who be sami? Shall I say the end na e dey men. You see,
but you know the funny thing, NDC na not to na obusan say I na obusa question as a journalist no. Obi tiro ka say akwede so nya santini memfa ni serious. I'm telling you. Yenti na Yaw Kesse de no na ya santini ba on ne kan kasa twi kasa. Ba ko no ne accent no ana ne pronunciations no uhu say onye pure akani. Inti automatically obi tie show na ka say na say akwa ba ko no kra no asante kasa kra wonte ono wonte akankasa. Enso na Yaw Kesse no wajimi. But because okatwi because oye bia sebi oya santini nti ono ne ehunu say odim nyansa enso between the two of them odim say Yaw Kesse ne yakwasea. He does not deserve to sit in that chair. No. And you see, when we make these kind of statements saying go for the be a Jimmy, we need to tell them in their faces so much Jimmy I say muadie. Yanyan kwarasa ho. Yanyan kwarasa ho Ghana ho. Yanyan kwarasa ho be etino. We have every right to tell everyone our minds and Jimmy, especially when what they are doing can destabilize a democracy. Sadia we no mu ye no from ko 4 times sa e no mu twa ntro to nipa so e no mu be pia tamels time o mu twa ntro to tamels so sa e no mu ko fa chichidie we baaye Muhammad e mempesa me kana asem Muhammad e no mu so oyetani aboa o mu di natam from day 1 till date na yeda mu di Muhammad me no ka say nde yeda mu di Muhammad tem adentira ne boni oye nyina ne say oyetani na obedi president and was obedi president. And this is what we have been living with. These are where you're 1 out of a million of these kind of presenters in Ghana on various radio stations. Obu kotie wuntumi. I say nine. I say mfui. Nipa to work as I say abua. I say onimi nyansa. And what hurts me is say so omu tisu no mo kasa say ya until say omu kasa so person who say omu ejimi na omu bu omu muti omu so omu ejimi a majority of the time no say o kasa o TV so no radio so a o audience na be kire say so ubu omu so omu ejimi na omu ejimi enti wo sha majority of the time no nipa omu ti omu no they don't respect their intelligence omu so omu ejimi omu adwene wo fom. It is always a nipa na wuti omu a you should feel say they don't respect you. They see you so ejimi. How can this be presenter on TV, on radio, prime time radio anopa? Even Yaw Kesse na some no can ever Charlotte say the petition it was not right, it was wrong. Go and read Charlotte say petition omnikotia Charlotte say go and read it. Go and read. They are still making things up against Charlotte say. And that is Peace FM, that is Jandam. That is what they have done. And they don't have anything to say. And how about you say news in Ghana? It is because we have suppressed this kind of demonic evils. These are termite. These are dangerous diseases. Almost say Ghana democracy. That is what they did in Nkrumah till date. We have lived with them. We know the kind of people they are. They are dangerous demons. And the Bibian say these are foolish masses. We need to take them out of the system, stop them from using the radio, and we need to clean the system. And may my happiness is every day killing Jandam and continuously destroying lies and making sure no Eddie Ghana politics win kind. That is my principle. That is my end game. My end game is say Ghana bedroom pempensobia kwase bi ntumi kasa tribe nti to abama me kwase bi ntumi kasa ohini bi nti to abama me kwase bi ntumi kasa we de na no kasa no enti yesibia ma no ate intimen to abama no kwase bi kasa say ye de free ha we mu free ha nti to abama we me pese ye do that point people will reason When you speak, people reason, will ask you questions. On said the man decided to ask him questions. No, I don't Jimmy. Because that is what they do. Kwame Sefa Kamunya de omo no. Also aka say opede de committee wo. Why the timu shine. Abeifo nko. That is what they do. They coming into the limelight is always making sure say almost sustain the jandam no. And right now they cannot sustain the jandam. And it's na MPP ne gu no. Can't you see the MPP collapse? MPP almost oxygen. MPP almost blood. Atro. The moment you cut that blood, they are done. And anytime I say they are going to be in opposition for years. Because sa blood na eko obutirimu no. Sa blood na epompo omakoma no. I have tied it. And they are not getting free flow blood. So they are living half. And it's not part regional and I also because we are not going to give them enough blood for them to full until we have taken half of the sa pipe na sa veins sa whatever na ede moja ko omakume mu no matai ne kakra men time an see you matai no until flow no I very slow and it's not part I say Jimmy for manam hono because right now I don't have anything to say. Just say ende what is going on? You see asama esini. Hey, asama si DNSC, you see IGP are directed CID headquarters to take over investigations into attack on Naimo's team at Shidium. Into the you know, you see MPP, NDC, MPB, you see Naimo's Koya arrest me, and you see MPP, NDC, MPB, Koho, and or catch a boys and say, Mom, penny, hey, Ghana and say, Mabodam, story new ho. Story be any nothing day. This story. There is no story. Story be any ho. Whatever happened there, it has been solved. And the matter say Jimmy from TTV, the MP should be sacked. Sacked on what? What did he do? The police are investigating. What did he do? Nobody has been able to show one evidence of what happened. Nobody. From journalists to whatever, to CSOs, to some unnecessary fools. Who has evidence? Everybody speaking is saying, oh, they were kind of, and yes, and now they were kind of, and then investigations needs to be open. So I am a journalist for being Yaw. Maybe they want to be recognized or they want to be known. The issue is the fact that happened now is your narrative does not make what happened there you are simply the truth. That is the issue. So we are journalists, so we are CSO, so we are whatever happened there, no. It is not your narrative, you know, and also by force. It is only investigations that will determine whether they see or no, where the bonnet and where the bonnet. You people have nothing to say. No. No. Collins Dowd and Anka Sampo Assembly in the constituency or say on one a place he call my instructions. Into one story new ho MPP pejandam omo pebibia say yengwa emfa. No MP is going to be sacked because they know better. And I know because every single MP in Ghana knows to say Naimo sejuma omo a president na omo direction so omo nyejuma. Until they know, and they know that when the president gives Naimos the direction to work, you need to respect that. So if there's been confrontation, Naimos Yene Juma, now maybe there's been a confrontation and misunderstanding. That should mean that the whole country should come down. Nothing is going to come down. Nothing. I'm still yet to hear somebody say, my coach say MP where you dino or galamsey. Nobody can say that because the MP is not involved in galamsey. Nobody can officially come and say, Collins Dowda, or galamsey, me evidence. There's nothing. Some people are arrested. They want to resist arrest. MP gets in there, he confronts the Naimos. MP sees the situation. Maybe and yes, son and Naimos for who. Until at the end of the day, if they could not agree on something, what is this about? Hey, Ghana, the world should come down. Nothing is going to go down. BBNC. The police have the right to investigate. And until the police are done with their investigations, I will not blame anybody. Because I know all these MPs in Ghana, they know for a fact that nobody can obstruct the president's decision to fight illegal mining. And so far, nobody has been able to tell me, say, MPB with evidence, a hearsay. Everybody is speculating. And the NPP, they want to force this. Yenya scandalo, yenya sembonio, yema wemeya sem into who can shibe kwasi abe, you know. We don't understand. We need state of emergency. Go to Metro FM, Metro TV. Paul Adomotre is sitting there. He has no credibility. You are the board chair of Metro. Kwasia, no principle. Go there and tell him to leave TV. You cannot, because that is where you eat. So nobody should think say this one, oh, where the begwa enko baby nothing. Ghana for Jimmy you. Ghana for Jimmy you. Nobody is stupid. We have seen the effort. We have seen the effort this government is putting into this. So far, every single statement you've heard is speculation. Whether journalists, whether who, everything is speculation. Obvious to me for one evidence. Sa MPR, Mojin so a first time MP. Yan kan ding na o kan go saying so why den boni ben why what where boni na den. Yes, MP ba ho no and MP who can give us actual facts say MP no and the gada mob who nobody so far. This is what we saw, this is what we think, and we believe what Jimmy's yamfa san kasem. Yamfa san kasem. If there's evidence to prove, take it to the police, give it to the police, and let the police do what? Let the police do what? Let the police do the investigations. If the MP needs to be penalized, the MP will be penalized. But we don't sit here and do hearsay. Ye jai, what's your for? Time more power, no? Your body patum etrimutuo, Mosamante. Hey, and there, most of the where Cynthia then, nothing is going to change. Nothing is going to happen. Bibian see it. 9 months here, the MP is going to work. And I know the MPs know, they know better. The MPs know better. So far, Obia Betna TV Swa, and this is what I believe. Obia Kasabi, who Obia also Ojina Hoa I see yet. So far, Obia to me for clear-cut evidence in my speculations. Yeah, first speculations in Bumayo. More per scandal, Papa Mra. Yeah, but where did you? It is not going to change anything. May catch them. Messiah, which one is this? Oh, okay. I don't even need it. Inti, Samo pe bibia, monkofa bibi papa mra, we no ensa Ghana for adwene. The economy is doing well. The government is doing its best to fight illegal mining. The police, they have been given that the authority to investigate. So far, who will be our evidence? I mob. He organized mob. He organized mob from where? He organized mob from where? So who evidence now? For police. So also a credible journalist, our evidence from a police and say, oh, I was there when the MP met the mob and the MP gave this money to them and the MP was in this room with them and they gathered them and the MP gave them this. For speculative journalism, speculative reports, because MPP ni bibia, you are thirsty for scandal. There's no scandal. Bibian or Bibian see it. There's nothing. Bibian see it. But from Jimmy Konwa. Bibian is John Mahama will still control. NDC will still control. Aban Papa, the government is delivering. It is not this jandam and Sisan Bibia. Nothing is going to change. Because you see something. Miscommunication is bound to happen. These kind of things, when you go to a community, you want to arrest one of them or some of the people there, people are going to resist. It's normal. Community, you are going to get people who are in support of even Obikrabo, Obituo, or community mua, your uncle protect Sanipano, Edwin Sanipano is not guilty. So when it comes to these kind of things, na mo sabe baby, na achinkofobia beshem, na se epese de oboko, na ekromo boys, na someone tiasie, na se MP betwem, na se what is the big deal about this? MP na edeng. I'm still yet to see somebody tell me, say, MP ni site today, you call no jinaho, no, yeah, gala. You have no evidence, nothing. MP ni problem, you say, he was passing there and he was found at the place the incident happened. Into an negada mob, muyankwasi afo. Sana mojin si ebugana. Mojin say, mo 1992, azana moyeno, and in ebugana. I will always stand up and speak after the investigations if the MP is found guilty, I will not let him go. But so far, nothing is pointing to this MP. It is out of pain. There's no scandal. There's nothing. It is out of frustration from the MPP for yenya bibia nka o. Se sia ne de ne nka for mo ho. Se sia the NDC no omo ye bibia fine. Yempa bibi into we ba na nkwasiafo bia jampe. Yenya den, inti yenya den, inti yenya den. Inti yenya den. NIMOS is still intact. They are still working. Investigations are still going. Mu ye de day. Masa mamu ntie sa nkwasasem we na monko monim. Don't listen to these fools. Omo pa omo goku omo ho.